Weeks of negotiations have collapsed over how to divide parliamentary committee control for the second half of the legislature's four-year term, leaving the ruling Democratic Party and the main opposition People Power Party at odds over a single powerful committee post. Our political correspondent Moon Hye-ryeon joins us in the studio to tell us more. Welcome, Hye-ryeon.
Good evening, Dami.
So, Hye-ryeon, what is the latest from the National Assembly tonight?
So a plenary session is currently underway, Dami, and it convened at 7:30 this evening after the day's negotiations between the two parties collapsed for good. Lawmakers are expected to vote on the election of the 11 of the National Assembly's 18 standing committee chairs put forward by the Democratic Party alone after floor leaders Han Byung-do of the Democratic Party and Jeong-sig of the People Power Party met this morning with their deputies for a final round of talks, and neither side moved from its position. The dispute centers on who chairs the Legislation and Judiciary Committee, the issue that has stalled committee formation for weeks. The Democratic Party's 11 committees include that post. The remaining 7 are left for the opposition to fill later. Speaker Jeom-sig, who took office on June 5th when the Assembly's second half began, delayed the vote twice today from 2 o'clock to 5 and then to 7 to allow more time for a breakthrough. Han Byung-do explained the party's position this way.
We can no longer wait for the People Power Party, which refuses to negotiate, won't submit its list of nominees, and ignores the National Assembly Act by insisting on the Legislation and Judiciary Committee.
The People Power Party says it will not accept this outcome and is currently weighing its response.
Now then, Hye-ryeon, for our viewers unfamiliar with the Korean parliamentary procedures, why does this one committee carry so much weight?
So this committee is often referred to as the gateway of the National Assembly, and this is because it's before any bill receives the final floor vote, it must clear the Legislation and Judiciary Committee, which reviews legislation for legal and constitutional issues, and that gives its chair considerable influence over the pace and direction of lawmaking, making the post one of the Assembly's most consequential. An informal convention has held that a speakership go to the largest party, while the Legislation and Judiciary Committee chair goes to the main opposition as a form of checks and balances. The People Power Party is invoking that convention, arguing the post must remain with the opposition regardless of which power holds power.
The People Power Party has only one demand: to restore the Legislation and Judiciary Committee to normal after it became an arena of extreme conflict between the rival parties over the past 2 years.
The Democratic Party, however, argues that as the governing party and the Assembly's largest bloc, it can no longer allow committee formation to be delayed, and that restoring normal function to the legislature takes priority. Both sides regard the outcome as decisive for who holds the upper hand over legislative affairs for the next 2 years.
Then, Hye-ryeon, what else is on tonight's agenda and also in the days to come?
So tonight's session covers more than just the committee elections, and lawmakers are also expected to vote on the confirmation of Prime Minister nominee Han Byung-do. A parliamentary committee adopted her confirmation hearing report earlier today in a meeting boycotted by People Power Party members who say outstanding questions about her record remain unresolved. The Democratic Party controls 161 of the Assembly's 300 seats, allowing it to confirm her appointment alone. Looking ahead, tonight's vote is unlikely to settle the broader dispute. Some within the People Power Party are pressing to boycott all 18 standing committees if the party does not regain Legislation and Judiciary Committee. The Democratic Party, meanwhile, intends to move swiftly on its legislative agenda once committee formation is complete, including a push for a special counsel investigation into a shortage of ballot papers reported during recent local elections. And both parties are also contending with separate internal disputes ahead of upcoming leadership contests, adding to a turbulent start for the Assembly's second half.
Well, it sounds like we're in for a busy stretch at the National Assembly. Hye-ryeon, thank you for the coverage.
Thank you for having me.